zandu zambe makota we muweni. Mweni wanda yetu dani zandu zambe makota we mweni. Mweni wanda yetu dagega. Mweni wanda yetu dagega. Mweni wanda yetu dagega. Zambe makota we mweni.
I am Virginia Duta, Director, Women's Empowerment Link. Women's Empowerment Link is a women's rights organization that runs programs in 3 thematic areas. One of them is transformative leadership and governance. The other one is economic empowerment and livelihood strengthening. And we also have a program area around prevention and response to violence against women and girls. We have been implementing a program on inclusive leadership, promoting inclusive leadership, and this program we've run it in 2 phases, and we've just concluded the 2nd phase. However, we are continuing with the project. The project is all about promoting women's participation, so all the way from preparing them to get into leadership positions, also working with communities to change perceptions around women's participation in leadership, but also working with women in those leadership positions to enable them or to work with them to be able to have policies that are gender responsive, and also to work with them so that they are able to continually work within their mandates in county level governance processes. So this project is layered in a way that we work with the policymakers. Those are the members of county assemblies and also other members of the executive. And then we also work with communities, so identifying community champions to catalyze discussions within communities around women's participation.
Through the programs that were brought by Women Empowerment Link, we were able to teach women in the community to also take up the leadership positions. Since at the moment it's not 50-50 as Base when it comes to opportunities. So we've really benefited as a community and as also an organization.
Traditionally, the practices have alienated women from decision making. They have alienated women from ownership of property. They have alienated women from active participation in development. In most cases, we have observed, although there are changes that are taking place now, but this comes out very clearly when you look at the leadership. Our county assembly, we have 40 members of the county assembly. Out of the 40, only 6 were elected as women. 34 were men. That tells you that society still does not appreciate women as leaders, which says we have a lot of work to do.
As an organization, we've been advocating for women and girls, especially the issue of gender-based violence.
Hizo vitu baya akina mama wanapitia ni kama rape. Wamama wanaripiwa especially na mambo wanazao. Wamama wanapigwa hata ikiwa si makosa mtu amefanya hiyo kumbo ya kupigwa, wanakuwa wanapigwa, wananyimwa rights zao. Hata ikiwa vitu vyote vinanunuliwa kwa nyumba, unaona ni mzee anajiandika, hata ikiwa ni kiti ni mama amenunua na pesa ametoa kwa kikundi. Na children being raped. Hiyo vitu yote, hiyo ni vitu mbaya sana, lakini mama sasa wameamuka na wanachukua hatua. Na hata ikiwa ni neighbor amepigwa, wamama wa area hiyo wanaungana, wanajaribu kumsaidia waone vile atasaidika.
One major challenge that I will start talking about is poverty. Poverty in Kitui, I can't remember the index, but poverty in Kitui is high, and that is one reason that will really derail women in trying to vie for
leadership positions, because here I am. I want to vie for MCA or a chair lady of this particular small groups in my village, but I am so downtrodden by poverty, such that and you know, poverty is so bad because if poverty has eaten on me and my family, I have no confidence. I have no confidence. My self-esteem is affected, and going out there into leadership, it is a challenge. So and again also, you know, poverty comes with resources, of course. If because of this poverty, okay, of course, yes, I feel that I have this ability and I can go out buy for an MCA, for example. But because of the resources, I have no money. What do? I'll sit down there and wrote with my objectives and my visions and the missions. And that is a big dilemma when it comes to, you know, women in Kitui, you know, going out for leadership positions.
So that's the other area where we have been trying to sort things out. The county now has what we are calling the County Empowerment Fund. The aspirations of this fund are that women will be able to access cheap credit to be able to grow their business initiatives. And out of this growth, as the financial liberation is attained, then it becomes easy for these people to aspire for leadership. Then we have the mindsets, the traditional mindsets, the cultural mindsets where women are not leaders, women take care of babies, women take care of farms, women take care of the house. And it's like aspiring for a leadership position is like challenging the norm. It's like challenging men. That we have been addressing that through sensitization, which now I would say we have benefited immensely from our partnership with Women Empowerment Link through the Gender Champions. Because the Gender Champions, what they're doing is, it's like creating some sort of a movement that is driven from the grassroots. So it does not look like it is a top-down approach. It is the women themselves realizing that their time to lead has come.
Through these trainings of your organization, we are now seeing women being able to negotiate for some space within the families. I want to give a very good example of some of the programs that are ongoing in our county. One of them is the fish rearing program. We all know that land is owned by men. And therefore, if we have to keep fish, who are the owners of the land? It is men. But what we are finding is that women are now able to come up and negotiate with their husbands on the issues of land. For example, we have women who are now doing the fish farming. They have negotiated with their husbands that give me this small piece of land so that I do a fish pond and there is assistance, there is funding, and the fish, after harvesting and we sell, that money is coming back to the family. And we are seeing it really succeeding.
Inaweza ambia wamama, well inasaidia katika kujua vile utaweza kusimamisha boma yako through financial literacy, through budgeting. Another thing, wanakupatia also exposure ya kuweza kujua mimi kama mama naweza kuwa kiongozi. And what are the qualities za kiongozi? Wanakupeleka through those. Also pia nawaambia, gender-based violence is real. Na through well, we've learned it's there. Because watu wamekuwa kinyamazia na other things tumekuwa ni kama za kawaida, those are gender-based violence. And natukuwa tunajua kama ni gender-based violence. Well wametufunza. And also another thing about well, at least sisi tunajua msichana wa kike anastahili kuwa na sauti. In the society tulikuwa tunajua whatever umeambiwa, that is the mentality ya watu wengi katika society. Mwanamke ana right ya kusimama kuongea. But now through them championing us and sensitizing us, tumejua mwanamke anaweza kuwa kiongozi. A woman can lead anywhere. And a woman can be someone who she wants to be. At least ile intimidation yenye imekuwa unakaa unaambiwa you can't. at least wameanza kutoa wanawake hiyo fikra they can't. Wameanza kuinua nini self esteem back, they are starting to get their self esteem. Unapata umama anya self esteem yake ilikuwa very low because amezoea kuambiwa you can't, you are useless, so that thing imestick kwa akili yake, she's useless, she cannot do anything. Lakini after sasa wameanza kupeleka wamama nini kuenda kuwafunza, wameanza kuwapatia the training, wameinuka. So naweza ambia watu ukipatana na hiyo nini NGO ama hiyo shirika unaweza join. Si lazima uende ulipwe. You can champion on their behalf. How are you going to champion? Ukienda ukifunza, yale mafunzo si yake katika akili yako ama kwa boma yako. Funza mwanamke mwingine, afunze mwanamke mwingine. Yeah.
Kwa majina mimi naitwa Priscilla Kamoing. Na nakaa Grace Village, Mabwaita sublocation. Manaret sublocation. Nyumbani kazi mimi napenda ama kazi mimi nafanya zaidi ni ya shamba. Nafanya farming zaidi. Shamba, ng'ombe na kazi ya kuuza mboga. Women Empowerment Link imenisaidia kabisa. Imeniinua kabisa mpaka saa hii mimi naona kabisa maisha yangu iko fit. Nikiendelea hivi mimi naona nitakuwa nitakuwa na nguvu kidogo ya pesa. Alafu saa hii mimi napanga sasa tukiendelea hivi mimi naona pesa sasa mimi naanza kusave. Kama hiyo wimbi natoka, natoka, mimi naanza kusave. Mimi naanza sasa, mimi niko na mpango ya kujenga nyumba sasa. Si unaona matubari, hiyo ilikuwa ya zamani, lakini saa hii niko na hiyo mpango, nianze this year. At the end of this year nitakuwa na vitu hapo nje ya kuanza naye kujenga nyumba.
WELS has done a lot for us because it showed us about the gender equity, whereby we came to learn that we should fight for equitable share, and also we should be there for everything that is being shared in the county. We should be part and parcel of it, because mostly it has always been the men who have been taking that part. But now through our knowledge and all that, we have been able to know that it's our right also to be able to have those opportunities, and also even if it's in the budget, we should also part and be parcel of the county.
I think the model that has been adopted by WELL, I like it, the gender champions approach. And one good thing about the gender champions approach is that it is not a project-specific action. It's a lifelong action for us. And you see, we look at some of the best practices and we roll them over. We identify practices that benefit us as an organization and we scale them up. And like the gender champions approach, which we adopted when WELL came in, we are not just doing it where WELL is working. Now we are doing it so many other places because we realized it's a good way to do things. It's a good way to drive gender agenda in the community. It's a good way to do women economic empowerment because you are reaching those that really need it.
As a woman leader, I would recommend the Women Empowerment Link to continue giving us the information, to continue giving us these trainings and programs, to continue empowering women through information. Number two, I'd also encourage the Women Empowerment Link to at least kind of empower women financially through various products, through small micro enterprises, grants, such kind of small grants. And number three, I would also encourage the Women Empowerment Link to give us trainings on our rights. Sometimes women doesn't know their rights. They don't know that women's rights are also human rights, that they should be respected and obeyed and also be fulfilled by the government. They don't know that. So we require a lot of trainings.
We would like to call upon the community champions. We've surely built a lot of capacities within communities. There have been conversations around participation in leadership, we'd like to call upon them to now take up opportunities. There are quite an array of opportunities within communities where now they can take action, take this forward by ensuring that they vote in women. We will be having an election next year. So vote in as many women that come forward to present themselves for leadership, from party primaries all the way to the general elections. Further than that, there are also many other opportunities. There are community boards for the different sectors. Ensure that women are nominated and are appointed into those spaces. Within the household, also looking at working with women and girls to continually participate in leadership and governance, because even within the household, this is where we start preparing ourselves around leadership and governance within schools as well. So many opportunities exist for them to take up the action and to ensure that as many women are in positions of power and influence.